Hello YouTube and welcome back to JankyTechBros. We got some good news and some bad news. Unfortunately, on our last video there was some, mistakes were made. It happens. I guess we were just a little bit too enthusiastic about just opening something up and showing it to everybody, but I guess that's not really an excuse, so apologies to both the creators of the 3D printer and to you, the audience. And moving forward, we'll try to do better. Okay, so for the first part of our mistake was the instruction manuals. There was actually that USB. It was on this USB and in the SD card right here. It's on a PDF file and it actually contains all the information needed to complete the build of the 3D printer. And sorry, HICTOP, it was our fault we did that, so my bad. Silly me. Another mistake that was made was attaching the gantry to the printer, just assembly, the main assembly of the 3D printer. And the reason why it was wobbly was because we had it pushed too far back. In retrospect, Janky kind of did it again. We just sort of looked at it and went like, that's the wrong spot for that gantry. So we just moved it forward into the correct spot according to the manual. And then yeah, everything looked good, moving right, but for the negatives, we'll go with that first. The negatives were, we tried to fire it up, try to get something printed, but unfortunately the thermistor failed and it failed when we first fired it up. There was an issue with the thermistor reading max temperature. So when we looked at it, we noticed that it was kind of like, when we went to go look at the issue, actually take apart the hot end to see what was going on. So when we inspected that, we noticed that one of the idler wheel looked broken or had possibly fallen off during shipping. So maybe a better way to ship the printer could have prevented that, or there was something wrong with maybe there's just a defect with our 3D printer. We don't know. The manufacturer actually is pulling through for us. They are being very responsive to a lot of our communication. That's very surprising. And mind you, they're not sponsoring us in any shape, way, or form. So we have constant communication about almost on a daily basis, maybe. Yeah, that's reasonable to say. However, when we did dig into the hot end of the 3D printer, they're using an older style Mark 8 design, which is kind of not our preferred hot end to use. We would like to see a more modern design like the E3D version 6 instead. And then the other, the other negatives which were mentioned which would be the cables. They were kind of the short side and the box. Those are really the only negatives that we had on the entire 3D printer. But other than that, we can't really say very much about it because with the thermistor not working, we haven't been able to get a single print out. So until that issue is resolved, we won't be able to complete the build and do a full review of it. So hopefully we can resolve it and put out new content for you for that printer. Until then, thank you again for watching, and have a nice day, and be back for the next video, which should be coming shortly. We hope. Have a good day. Bye.